So what else have you been up to? Much else?
Not particularly. Oh, we can talk about For Honor.
Yeah, For Honor. So
Very recent.
very recent, as in yesterday at 4 a.m. I jumped on the Xbox and played about 2-3 hours of For Honor for the first time since launch.
I didn't even play it at launch. This is the first time I've ever played For Honor since it came out.
You're playing it the best that it's ever been, I reckon.
Yeah, thankfully.
From the very little that I've
heard
played.
that not a lot of people played it to start with because it was pretty broken.
It's broken, and it's such a high barrier for entry in its skill level.
It really is.
And now it's a lot... I'd say it's been a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
Definitely, in trying to learn it.
I think the learning curve when I first jumped on, I knew it was going to be a sword fighting type game, but I wasn't expecting...
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's simplistic, but it's deep.
The range between characters as well.
Yeah.
It's like the way they've managed to balance out the characters. I don't think that they're all balanced out. Like our friend Adam had a character, one of these samurai dudes, and like we'd all only just started this. It's not like he's leveled up that character or anything, and he was just slaying through people.
Yeah,
with one character. None of the other characters could like counter it.
Yeah,
that we had or that the enemy had. So I think there is still work that needs to be done on some of the characters.
You get about 12 characters off the bat, which is really good. It's better than most games in that way.
Live service type thing.
Yeah.
It definitely. There's so many live service games out there these days. I'd like.
I think Titanfall did it right though. Where you have to unlock it with skill.
Yes.
They give you a good they give you the 3 main types first, and then you unlock everything when your pilot's high enough.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it, because then the higher end combat is against more skilled pilots and not people who've fucking shafted their wallet down EA's throat for a minute. Yeah. So
I think there are a lot of other games that are coming out in the coming years that won't be live service, thankfully. Rage 2, for starters, isn't going to be.
I think definitely with what the debacle between EA and these loot box things, I think we're going to see a lot more ethical practice, especially people being more careful with their practices.
I don't think we'll see from EA. I think they'll just find a way to... I don't trust them at all anymore. Nobody does. Not at all. I mean, they've been doing it for years. So many years. They'll just switch up what they're doing.
Yeah. Find
a new way to get a crap ton of money out of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, For Honor, I'm enjoying it. The multiplayer, where you can play with your friends, is really cool. The cooperative aspect to it is pretty good. I mean, we've had fun. I've had fun.
I've just had a great crack. It's different. I mean, I don't know how much of it was because it was 4 a.m. and I was delirious because I was so tired. But no, legit, it's different. It's definitely different. And we were saying, in the middle of the game, it's this feels like Lord of the Rings. But if there was a Lord of the Rings game like this, I would play the shit out of that.
Yes.
Because I don't like Shadow of War. I've tried to play it. It's too Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
It's definitely inspired by the gameplay of Assassin's Creed.
And there are games where that's been good, where that's a good thing, I guess. Where
I think
Horizon Zero Dawn, for example, is very heavily inspired by a load of games like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. Yes. You definitely get a lot of that. And The Witcher...
Yeah, the Middle-earth sort of series from Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War is definitely just a gameplay-wise, and the mechanics is Assassin's Creed and Batman, the Arkham series.
I was going to say.
Definitely. I like it. I've always liked it. I say I've always liked it. Shadow of War, when it first came out, I was heavily disappointed with the microtransactions.
Yeah.
Now that's not in there anymore, and they've implemented new mechanics to sort of compensate for the taking out of this, because if they would have just stripped the microtransactions out, it would have left a pretty big hole.
Yeah.
And so many errors. So a year down the line, they've fixed that, and I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot more. The whole point of Shadow of Mordor and War was the Nemesis system. You get killed by someone that then levels your enemy up.
That kind of...
And there were so many
that was a roadblock for me, because I die a lot in games.
That's the point of the Nemesis system, though, because you die a lot, and you create different stories with these other characters that then get better, and they have different... there are different outcomes. So, if you say kill an orc... Usually it goes like this. If you get killed by an orc twice, right, and then you go back and kill him, depending on how you kill him, he will come back. He will come back, and he'll have different scars, different features, different levels, and that's the whole point of the Nemesis system. And you can get betrayed. You can have. I thought it was really cool, but when you add microtransactions and you can just rinse through all these orcs to fill your fortress and build your fortress, the whole point was to create a connection between these characters that come into the game. And once you're just rinsing through orcs over and over again, then you kind of
that kind of misses the point.
It completely misses the point. I mean, when one of your like captains or war chiefs or your overlord dies, you'd be like, fuck, no, that's really annoying because I've spent so much time building him up. Yeah. And now it's just, I'll just go.
It's alright, I got spare 15 quid.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So I'm glad that they've taken that out. But
definitely.
Back on the subject.
What was the subject?
For Honor.
For Honor, yeah. So, you get 12 characters off the bat, so that's a fair enough, that's a good mishmash of characters that you can pick what you're going to play as.
Yeah, and they've all got very different play styles.
Yeah. In most games, I'm usually either a tanky character or I'm a fast-paced character.
Yeah.
Titanfall, I'm a mixture of both. As a Titan, I'm right up in people's faces.
I sway towards being like a sort of middle ground.
Yeah,
I like to have like a jack of all trades type thing, or I go heavy. It's one or the other. I'm not much of an assassin guy unless the game itself is based entirely around being that type of character. I like it. I like the customization in the game is pretty impeccable. It's very deep.
Yeah. It's so I haven't even scratched the surface. We were looking through it together just to teach each other, and we didn't even scratch the surface on all the customization. It's mad. If I keep talking about Titanfall, but that's the only other game that we all play together,
Yeah.
So if Titanfall had that sort of customization, it'd be perfect. We wouldn't need any other game. Fuck For Honor.
Fuck it all.
For Honor, especially since launch, it's definitely changed, and I think this is the best it's been, and it's only going to get better because we got the new. Did he say when that's coming out?
He did not know. We just watched a video on what was going on with this new update or new updates.
Yeah. The Marching Fire DLC.
Yeah.
Update
DLC. I don't know. Did it say it was a DLC or update?
I don't know. I think it's an update.
That's a really good point. If it's DLC, we won't be able to play it unless we just lay down 30 quid. Really, if I really get into the game, I'll probably lay down that kind of money. But, I mean, seeing as I've got the game off Xbox Live Gold, you can kind of get it for free, technically. Because the standard edition on the Xbox Live store is 55 quid. And then they want you to lay down another 30 quid for their season pass. No.
They've learned from that. And that's why it's on Xbox Live at the moment.
Yeah.
And when E3 came out, it was free for a week on PC. So they're definitely pushing with this season to try and get more people to buy it. So I'm really glad that it's on Xbox Live for free.
Yeah, me
Otherwise,
too.
I wouldn't have.
I just wouldn't have gone near it.
Yeah, they're trying to get as many people behind the game. And I've seen my friends list just full of For Honor at the moment. So it's worked, obviously. So. I don't know when the Marching Fire comes out. I don't know if it's even been announced, but I'm definitely going to get it because I've spent nothing on the game so far, and I like it enough to justifiably say I'm probably going to spend about 30 quid on that.
Yeah,
that's fine. It's just for the season pass.
I mean the gameplay aspect, the part where you can play cooperative, you can play just against AIs, you can do PvP. There are a lot of different game types, although not everyone plays the certain game types. There are.
Yeah, but every game's got one of those.
Exactly. There obviously there's going to be that kind of thing. But the other there's two parts to the game. So you've got the part, I'd say two. There's more like three. There's parts where the main part where you go out, you grind for the XP. Type thing where you do domination and you just kind of, I'd say, do sieges. It's more.
I haven't delved into that just yet.
Yeah, it's the same thing we did for events when we did it. The domination's basically the same thing. And then you've got your sort of 1-to-1 or 2v2, which is instead of having a load of grunts about you and hack and slash, it's definitely more on skill based.
It's
heavily
it's
based
daunting.
on skill.
Yeah, so the ones with the domination, I think that's my favourite game type, because you can, if you're not confident in going against a certain enemy, it's a lot that people are more spread out on the map. Whereas, what's the PvP one called?
Brawl, and I think it's Brawl, and I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, so with those sorts of game types, it's more concentrated amount of players, like actual enemies. So that's more daunting to me. That's why I like attrition. That's why I like dominations, because you've got those grunts as well. So if you're not confident, you've got grunts you can go after, and you've got them. People are more spread out across the map because they're going for objectives.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for first time players from what I've played so far, for people to start with those sorts of game types.
The game itself is pretty punishing if you don't learn.
You don't pay attention.
If you don't learn the attributes and traits to your character and learn them pretty fast, you'll get punished for it. Yeah. Definitely, you can't just go in and go like, oh.
Yeah, and it from day one, it heavily is not a hack and slash game. You have to take your time with it, just to learn it.
I think the third part is the overview of the map. So we've got sort of this attrition, I would call it. So like there are front lines all over the place, and they're constantly changing.
Yeah.
And once you win a match of any sort of game type, you get troops. You then deploy these troops. You can put a banner down in a specific sort of front, and any game type you play, whatever, you can keep playing, they'll just send them straight to the banner, but you can place them individually. At the end of the day, I believe it then changes and changes accordingly. So fronts will be changed. I think there's 2 other times it changes. I think there's one every 6 weeks, and then there's one every 2 to 4 weeks. But I think they're different. I don't know what they're due to.
Yeah,
I don't understand what those changes are due to. I haven't played it enough.
Yeah, I just want to play the base game for now before delving into like buying your characters and recruiting. Sorry, it's called, because I want to earn enough silver where I can play all of them and then choose what I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to ignore the customization, and I'm going to ignore what's the map thing called?
They call it a war map, but I don't understand what the actual.
I don't get what it is.
Called.
Yeah.
I understand the basics to it.
Yeah.
Once these front lines change, they will. If it pushes forward into another area, your game types will then move to a specific area. Then your maps will change.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. That's fascinating.
I thought it was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So you're not always playing the same maps constantly. Once this changes daily, or for the other ones, you'll then have like domination in a different area with a different set of maps.
That's really deep.
I thought it was pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, that makes way more sense. I thought it was just this random mini game, but that's actually really interesting. So we're gonna be playing that a lot soon.
Yeah, I will.
I'm definitely.
I'm enjoying it,
and I can see myself getting the season pass.
Yeah,
if I
enjoy
March
it
of Fire comes out. Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be cool. So what's your faction? What do you play as?
Templar. I say Templar Knights.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm
Knights.
a Knight guy.
But
I love the Knights
you
of
play
old.
as a Templar.
Dude, yeah,
You
I
pretend
play as a
you are.
warden.
Yeah.
I love it. I play as a Templar.
Yeah, you
sort out my emblem and
run
everything.
around pretending you're a Knight Templar.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so cute to watch you play make believe. Yeah, I go for Vikings. I started playing with the sword and shield guy, the generic guy, and then I found the Berserker, which is definitely more my style because it's a lot faster. But having a Berserker go against another fast character is quite difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but
we were teaming up and we were fucking destroying.
It was just rinsing.
You and me, we were fucking indomitable.
It was great.
We were mad. It was great. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. See what they're doing. Yeah, I'm glad to be on the train again with it. I played a little bit of it at launch, but not enough to warrant a £55 fucking pound money drop on it.
I think it's definitely a game that takes, once you jump on it, every time I've jumped on it, it takes me 1 or 2 matches to get back into the gameplay mechanics of blocking and stuff. Because
I struggle with blocking a lot.
Like, I'm pretty good at blocking, but when I'm first on, like, you have to make sure you're in the mood and like already in the zone if you're going in from match 1. Otherwise, you're going to go in there. In other games you can go in and just be a bit sloppy, but this.
It's the same sort of thing with Monster Hunter. I find you have to really pay attention to what the monster is doing and the the tells that it gives, the telegraphing. You really have to pay attention to the moves of the monster. It's the same with For Honor a little bit, but you get more insight onto where they're blocking because you've got the little radial thing. It doesn't have that in Monster Hunter, you've got to remember these movesets. So we'll move on from For Honor.